Critical.
When one of those piers was removed, all three of those fans came down.
Waleed Abu-Qadir, adjunct professor at the Milwaukee School of Engineering, went to grad school in Delaware and says he's very familiar with the Key Bridge.
It takes one ship to, to break this bridge like this.
And that's what happened here. Abu-Qadir says fenders or barriers could have been installed around the base of the pillars in the water to prevent a ship from making contact, like this situation.
It would have made a difference, but how common does a ship hits, these critical places?
With questions surrounding just how this could have happened, this video remains evidence of what experts like Captain John Martino says will be critical in finding those answers.
Chances of there being a navigation error are remote.
Leading to more questions about what went so tragically wrong, ending in a scene like this, one many will likely never forget. Now, online databases show 27 inspections have been done on this cargo ship named the Dali since 2015. In 2016, after a crash at a Belgian port, the ship suffered hull damage, impacting its seaworthiness. And in June of 2023, another inspection found deficiencies with some propulsion and auxiliary machinery. We're live in the studio. Mackenzie Frost, back to you guys.
Mackenzie, thank you. Well, this morning, Baltimore County Executive Johnny Olszewski and Mayor Brandon Scott offering their thoughts and prayers to everybody involved.
This is a unthinkable tragedy. We have to first and foremost pray for all of those who are impacted, those families. Pray for our first responders and thank them, all of them working together, city, state, local, to make sure that we are working through this tragedy.
We know that we have a long road ahead, not just in the search and rescue, but in the fallout following this. I think we appropriately have our attention on the search and rescue efforts currently, and just here alongside our partners in the city to say that they have our full support.
Well, the Fox 45 team of reporters is covering every possible angle of this story. Our Alexa Ashwell continues our live team coverage. Alexa is on the other side of the bridge, tracking the scene from that area. Alexa?
Well, yes, Kai, according to the NTSB, we now know the name of this construction company. These workers, Bronner's Builders, they are based out of Dundalk. And earlier we spoke with a man who works for the company. He was not on the bridge at the time of the collapse, but he says he was working on the project. Officials say they were filling potholes on the Key Bridge when the cargo ship struck the bridge, causing it to collapse. He had a woman translate for him as he described these awful moments of just waiting. Take a listen.
I was working in the bridge, doing the same.
O sea que en la compañía pasa que un tiempo lo tiran a uno de noche y otro tiempo de día. A nosotros ya lo habían cambiado al día y ellos fueron en la noche y ya entraron de noche.
He was recently changed to the morning shift, so they rotate.
So you might have been there if your shift had been the same.
Pudo haber estado ahí.
Pudimos haber estado ahí los demás compañeros también.
Yeah, I could have been there, like my coworkers. He feels really sad for everything that happened. They are his co-workers, his friends that he has known for a long time, and it's heartbreaking everything that is happening right now.
That man, Jesus Campos, as you just heard, describing the workers not only as his co-workers, but friends. Obviously very heart-wrenching. I can't imagine if every minute that is passing for the families as well as the workers here at Bronner Builders. Again, as officials say, the search and rescue operation still ongoing as they search for the 6 unaccounted for. Back to you guys.
Alexa, thank you. Now, as the emergency unfolds, the FAA is imposing air restrictions over the area where the bridge stood. This map shows that restricted area, which extends several miles from the bridge in all directions.
And as soon as we went on the air at 4 o'clock this morning, we saw first responders from all over Maryland and Virginia responding to this tragedy. Fox 45 News thanking all those who have been working relentlessly and tirelessly throughout this entire day, working to find those still missing.
Sea traffic to one of the nation's busiest ports shut down indefinitely. I'm Rebecca Pryor, and coming up, I'll have more on the local and global supply chain impacts.
And that bridge collapse having major impacts across our entire region. Our team coverage continues looking into how it could impact your travel plans.
We're going to look at the weather conditions that happened at the time of this incident that we have been talking about all day long. But we also have our own weather pattern that's going to start shifting here, bringing some very active weather to the area heading into Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to talk about impacts to the recovery that's going on out there, as well as the Orioles game. A lot happening all the way into this weekend. For Easter weekend, we're going to track it all for you coming up.
Gerard, thank you. And here's another look. This is a look at the bridge, the superstructure hitting the bow of that ship. Right now, we will continue to follow this breaking story right after the break. Stay with us.